Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are the Aussie Shoguns, and this is the Japan Show.
Konnichiwa minasan.
Konnichiwa. And today, we're going to be chatting about some seasonal stuff, if that sounds interesting to you. Isn't that right, Isaac?
Yeah, we have festivals, events, temple shrines, and maybe a sneaky story time.
Maybe a sneaky story time. But other than that, we've been up to. I just finished my last university assessment, so that feels great. But you went golfing this morning, right, Isaac? How'd you go?
Could have been better. Could have been better. Could have been worse.
Could have been better. Could have been worse. It's a good practice day, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I played pretty well on the front nine, and then got on the back nine, just slowed right up. We ended up making a group of 5 with the group behind us because it was that slow, and it kind of just went downhill from there.
Oh, one of those mornings, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't the end of the world though. Got me out of the house, some exercise, putting on a little bit of weight, so got to get out and still lose it.
Oh man, the feeling. Hey, I need to get out of the house more. I'm like waiting. I have this thing on my foot that's healing right now, so I'm waiting so I can go back to the gym. But I understand the feeling of wanting to go exercise.
Didn't you go to I was gonna say Disney World. Didn't you go to Movie World the other day?
Yeah, I was hobbling the entire time. I was just like, it's like I have an injury on my heel, and so I was like using the front of my foot and then my left foot. I was just like hobbling around.
So what you're saying is you cripple.
Yep, I am. But hopefully that'll get fixed in time, in due time, and my body fixing itself should be great.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm excited that everything's moving forward with finishing uni. I did my very last assessment and passed it. That's what matters.
You did pass it?
Yeah.
It's cool. I actually meant to send you a message last night and ask, because I remember I picked Chloe up from basketball. And I was like, I got to message Mick. He had an exam today.
Oh.
And I got home, just crashed and died in bed, because we got home like 10 o'clock.
That's fair enough. But no, it's all good. Pass. We made it. We're through. So it was a very big relief. I don't know if any of you have finished university. Well, hopefully, I mean, I assume that some people listening have finished university before. They're relief you get when you finish that last assessment. Oh, I feel free.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I still have 5 subjects.
Trust me, when you get there though, it'll be like freedom. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And then my dumbass was looking at signing back up.
That's because you're wanting to pursue maybe the masters, right? You're looking at language translation.
Yeah, translating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's an option. I mean, I would love to go that path. I still feel like I need to be fluent first. I still feel like there's a lot I don't know. Obviously, we spoke about study methods last week, so hopefully by the time if I do that, start that maybe next year or the year after, depending on what happens with my fiance and that, and then hopefully the goal is to be fluent. We spoke about this last week. The goal is to have a decent fluency level where I can anyway, translate comfortably and then move up in my language skills, maybe to the UN or something.
Yeah, fair enough.
Suit and tie based.
UN or something?
Or as I keep telling Chloe, she can just be the breadwinner and I'll go play golf.
or you'll be the breadwinner with the golf.
Yeah, that's what she was like. She was like, I'll earn the money. You just go become a professional golfer. It's like, yeah.
Boom.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like, does that mean I have to work next year? She's like, yes. Until you become professional, then you got to work.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, to tie it into last week what we talked about. Yeah, I think the biggest thing, I'm not sure how much we talked on it. I can't remember. About consistency is really key. So I believe in you. Bro, you can do it. Study a little bit.
Yeah, it's time thing though, right? We spoke about this I think last week with time as well.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. Being so busy, it's always hard to find the time for it. So, I know we spoke. How we said I was starting Anki last week and that, and I did, and I got 5 cards made, but that's all I got done for the week. And I've lapsed a little bit on my RTK as much as I would have liked to have kept moving hard on it. I've had a pretty busy weekend, and I went away for a little bit, and so yeah, I've just kind of had some time off. Hopefully, get back into it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. You had all the going on a little trip and whatnot. But Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to hear that you're going well. And both of us, now that I'm finished, I just started doing like Anki and getting back into stuff. I was listening to. Maybe I'll drop this as a just in our introduction here. There's a YouTuber called Yuki, and he just does like live streams of him talking about like anyone's problems that they have. They send him like a donation and like give him like their problem of life, and he's a really smart guy. So he just like talks to them and he gives it to them real straight, which is not very Japanese usually, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting because what was it this morning? There was a Japanese person that gave him a comment and was like, I have all this furniture and I've started leaving it at my girlfriend's house because it's bigger than my house. But then she told me to stop doing that. And like, what should I do? Like, I just want to leave it at her house, but what should I do? And the guy's like, well, you want me to give you the answer? It's your girlfriend's house. If she doesn't want it there, don't put it there.
But I feel like that's just common sense, right? It's like, well, you have too much shit, sell it. Get a bigger house, find something, do something about it.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was pretty funny. Like he talks, that's just a light-hearted one, but he talks about some pretty in-depth stuff. He's living in France. He speaks English, French, and Japanese. All of his streams are in Japanese, so it's good input. Hiroyuki. But yeah, on from that, our topics for today.
Already said them.
Yeah, we did. It's like all seasonal based stuff. Hey, but then we're gonna get into some events, festivals, temples, and shrines, sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll get into
So what's
it.
your favorite?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. What's your favorite? I was gonna say, what's your favorite seasonal based product?
Oh, do I steal this one from you?
No, don't even think about it.
Okay, I'll leave the one that Isaac's gonna say. I'll leave it to Isaac. You have to wait. However long this takes. It's both of our favorites. Okay, I'll let Isaac have it. My seasonal favorite, besides blank blank, is probably seeing fast food joints. I'm trying my best not to have fast food joints. I just ate fast food before recording this. I'm gonna fess up.
Make that both of us.
Okay, both of us, horrible. But in Japan, what's cool is like McDonald's or other fast food joints will be very seasonal based. McDonald's is the most prevalent with like in winter. They have like hot chocolate pies. They have like little hot cinnamon roll things that come in like little bite-sized pieces. In Halloween, they have like real weird stuff like chocolate and caramel sauce on your chips, or French fries for those North American listeners. So, I mean, it's yeah, it's less so to do with the whole like actually being delicious, but it's interesting seeing what they come up with.
That's very true. They have a lot of interesting stuff that comes out.
Yeah. Anyway, Isaac, what's your blank blank that's so good?
Pizza man.
Pizza man.
Unreal. That stuff, I could eat that all day, every day.
Explain to the listeners, what is it that makes pizza man so good?
Have you ever heard of a Chinese pork bun? If so, replace it with pizza on the inside. But like, it's kind of like melted cheese and pizza sauce, not really like, pizza toppings.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like I was like super into it, right? And then when I first introduced it to my girlfriend, she was like, why are you so crazy about pizza man? And I was like, bruh, you bite into it, the cheese is like stringy cheese outside of your like nikuma. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Chloe, I got Chloe started on it, and she was like, why can't we find them in Australia? I'm like, because it's a Japan thing.
Yeah. So that's probably mutually our number one of winter season, or like our best seasonal thing. Other things, I feel like Coca-Cola does actually really well as well. I'm trying to think. They had like lemon cola. They had orange
they did
cola.
A cherry blossom one.
Yeah, cherry blossom one.
Or is that just like the? So is it do they actually change the cola, or is it like more of a wrapper design that they change? You know what I mean? So is it like just the wrapper, or is they actually change
so
in it?
Yeah, so it depends, but usually they change like what's in it. So it'll be like a a tinge of something. So at one point, oh yeah, that's all right. I've looked it up on Google Images to see they had like strawberry as well. I remember they had peach, lemon. I mentioned. Um, they had coffee at one point. I heard coffee was terrible, so I never tried it.
Would have
But
been interesting though.
but what it is like yeah, they like put a tinge of that taste that they're saying. My favorite was actually apple and cola for whatever reason. I thought that it went like quite well.
I like a little bit different Pepsi Max, but I like the mango Pepsi Max they brought out, or the raspberry one.
Oh yeah. So it's like the same thing as that, but instead it's for limited time in Japan. They do this with cola, and then I guess like you were saying with just changing the label, they have that at Christmas time. They have a ribbon, so you pull the label and it becomes a ribbon on your cola.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I also like stuff when they do like the One Piece labels and anime labels. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Like when they decorate a train and yeah.
Yeah, they had Kimetsu no Yaiba for like everything decorated recently.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. No, but that was probably, the coolest items that I've seen coming out that are like pretty you see them everywhere, at least at convenience stores and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really remember any from our time there. I mean, the coolest one I've probably seen was like some One Piece bottles, but that's not really seasonal. It's more like a promotion.
Yeah.
But similar.
But more seasonal things would be stuff like it's coming up to February now, coming up to March, which is cherry blossom season. So it's time to get some nice photos and stuff in Japan.
You might be there for that.
I might. I think Hanami. So Hanami is when you have like picnics at the park with cherry blossoms and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's all off this year again because of the pandemic.
Oh, that's fair enough. Well, like, you might be able to get some sneaky photos.
Yeah. My favorite is like,
podcast.
hey, here's a guy who's thinking. My favorite's like when you go to the rivers. Have you been to a river that's like lined with trees in Japan?
Good question.
I feel like it happens like relatively
I want to say
often.
No. The one major river I remember going to is in Arashiyama, where they had like the moon bridge, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And then you cross it. It's like the main river, but there's not like trees on it because it's a huge river.
Yeah,
it's not like one of them small dainty rivers.
Yeah, there's just like a huge forest on like the mountain that's like on the background.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It's not lined with trees. There's just a forest on one side.
Yeah. Because I feel like there was with I think in like Saitama or like when you go just outside some of the big cities, they'll get them lined on both sides and it'll be like sakura trees. So it's really nice in spring, but it's also really nice in winter because then like all those trees build up the snow and so it's like real like there's just a flowing blue amongst the white trees.
See, I haven't got the chance to spend that much time there and go exploring like you have, so you got an advantage here on me. Sorry,
bro. Well, for any listeners and for Isaac, bro, you need to go and check it out. Next year, hopefully, the world will be calm. You can go over for cherry blossom season, yeah?
To be honest, I just want to go in winter. Give me some of that cool Japanese winter, because where I am in Australia, it's hot.
All right, I got your game plan. You go for January, so you can still snowboard, and then you stick around to the very end of February, and that way you can see the snow. You can enjoy the snow, have some tours, see the cherry blossoms right before leaving.
Yeah, but see, this is where money comes into play.
We'll see. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know.
Unless I'm winning the lottery.
Putting it out to the world.
Putting your lotto ticket in. If you're listening, keep putting your lotto ticket in.
You might be a famous golfer by then, Putting it out there.
I better start playing every day if that's the case.
But yeah. All right. So then, we got those seasonal kind of things. Anything else come to mind, or should we go into events and festivals?
No, I think that covers pretty much everything. It's kind of like a basic overview of seasonal products in Japan and promos.
Yeah.
But I think we'll cover some more stuff in the future. Just depends on Obviously, we'll go by season when we're in season. If we see anything interesting, we'll put I think like a segment in on it. Probably
Yeah.
be like an all the time segment, but like I think if we see anything that's interesting, like you're gonna be there soon, so you can keep us updated on
And
anything you see.
yeah, see some funky products, try some stuff, you know. But so for events and festivals, do you want to give us the lowdown?
I'm sorry, I'm tired.
Big morning.
Had a big day. Yeah, big morning. Big morning and not a lot of sleep don't help.
Happens.
So look, they have a lot of festivals in Japan. The Matsuri, they have a lot of them. So we're gonna cover them as they come up. They obviously haven't had many over the last year with COVID, and then this year I don't know if they'll be having many again. I guess it depends on the virus and how it goes and all that other good stuff. But today we're covering Yuki Matsuri in Sapporo,
The Yuki Matsuri.
which is the winter festival.
It is indeed. And it looks like we had here.
What
Oh yeah, sorry. What was that?
I was gonna say, what can you do at the winter festival, Mick?
What can you do? Well, according to our research and our knowledge, they've got
Expertise.
yeah, expertise to find. I need to stroke the mustache that I don't have. We got snow sculptures. I know that this has been like a really big thing on when you watch people's YouTube videos that have been there. Snow sculptures is a huge thing, a part of that Yuki Matsuri. They got an ice skating rink. They got this on top of the snow sculptures. They have a contest for it as well. Food is a part of any Matsuri in Japan.
And the food in Japan, as we know, unreal.
We can't stop talking about it. So
Got to be something good if we can't stop talking about it.
exactly. And what's this about ski jump? I remember you looked this up. They have a ski jump there.
Yeah, so they have like a professional ski jump there where you can come and, well, if you're good enough, ski down and do some tricks off the jump and land it. Snowboard, or not snowboard off, but like, you know, they have this little jump there where you can do tricks and that for part of the Winter Festival.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was too. That's why I put it in there.
Yeah. I didn't even know that. That's cool. And then they have an Ainu section of the festival. Ainu, like we've mentioned previously on our anime episode, if you haven't listened to that, quick plug. We talked about Golden Kamui, and they have Ainu. Ainu are the indigenous people from Hokkaido, and so they have a section of the festival for that, which is pretty cool. I'd be interested in seeing more of that.
Yeah, look, I think it's something I want to do a little bit of research into the Ainu and see what. I haven't really done much research into the indigenous Japanese, and like I wouldn't mind getting more into history of Japan, the Japanese. Like I've done some research projects for uni on them, but I haven't looked at like, you know, the origins of like, you know, around BC AD. So I know I looked at the Tokugawa period when in my first semester of uni. I had an assignment on that, but I wouldn't mind delving a little bit deeper.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. But it's nice that Hokkaido is inclusive and has got that Ainu part of their festival. So for anyone who wants to check it out, likes the winter stuff, that's kind of our theme right now for the seasonal stuff we're saying today. Winter stuff has been our favorite. Fair to say.
I do want to say they also have like special guests at these festivals, or this one in specific. When I was looking it up, they had this year was meant to have Hikakan, I think.
Oh,
Is that how you say his name? Hikakin. Yeah, so he's a Japanese YouTuber. And there was meant to be 2 Japanese YouTubers to show up this festival to promote it and do all that good stuff.
Yeah. So it'd be pretty cool back in the future after the pandemic. Everyone go check that out. If Hokkaido, give some love to the Pizza Man and the winter festives. Woo woo.
Indeed.
But if we travel a little bit south from Hokkaido, we arrive in some more traditional places, going through Tokyo and down to Kyoto. What are some temples and shrines, my man?
So we have, so you've got the famous ones. You got Sensoji, which is in Tokyo,
Yep.
and then you keep moving a little further south, and you've got Kinkakuji, which is the Golden Temple.
Yeah. So to give people like a idea, because I feel like almost anyone who's looked up or gone to Japan before has at least seen a photo of these. Kinkakuji is obviously, yeah, like you said, the Golden Temple.
It's not obviously. If you know Japanese, you obviously know it's the Golden Temple. But if not, kin means gold in Japanese. So the translation is literally Golden Temple.
Yeah. Translation is Golden Temple. It's obvious in the photos because it's straight up gold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's straight up yellow.
And then actually I'm pretty sure it's actual gold. Like it's gold leaf
really?
painted over the entire thing, yeah.
Wow.
That's why it's called that.
Those boys got some money.
I know, right?
They got
It's
some money.
insane. But that's why they try and keep it like as pristine as possible, and they like clean it and stuff. And then Sensoji,
I'd hate to be the person like swimming in the lake on like winter, cleaning up all the leaves.
True. Eh? And
I'm
then
just gonna drop that one.
yeah, it would that'd be a tough job. I mean, cleaning, because there's people who've seen the photos, right? Or if you don't, go look it up. There's a lake in front. That's what Isaac's talking about. It would suck to have to clean the lake to make sure that it's all nice. Have you tried cleaning a pool before? Oh yeah, you have a pool where you're at, right?
Yeah, we have a pool. I've cleaned it multiple times. It sucks.
Yeah, you try cleaning just like a pool size like that, and then just try cleaning a lake in front of it. Ooh.
I feel like it wouldn't be too bad if you're just like skimming the leaves off the top, but if you had to like dive and do,
True. But then Sensoji, the other famous one in Tokyo, is like the big red one. It's known most for like the huge lantern that's at the entrance.
Is that in Asakusa?
Yeah, that's the one in Asakusa. But yeah, those are the two like most famous that we can think of. And then we have our own
ones that you would know even if you haven't been there.
Yeah, just a quick Google search and you can find unlimited photos of them.
Yeah.
But then we have our own recommendations, and I see yours here. Would you like to tell us about your recommendation?
Tenryuji. That gets me every time.
Tenryuji.
I can't spin my tongue. Yeah, I can't spin my tongue that quick. Tenryuji. I have to. Like,
beautiful.
Tenryuji.
And what is
Does my head
Tenryuji?
in. It's the dragon temple, the heavenly dragon temple kind of thing. The kanji for sky or heavens.
Yeah.
Ryu, the kanji for dragon, and Ji is obviously temple.
Yeah.
So a quick Japanese lesson while we're at it. Anytime you see something that's got, well, in terms of Ji with this specific kanji, generally means it's a temple or something of the sort. It's like,
yeah. It's like oh, I think my throat just made.
Was
a
that
little
your
funny.
stomach?
That was my little throat. I took a drink and then it was anyway. G, like you're saying, you're onto something good here. Quick Japanese lessons, just like the G that means temple when it's the kanji at the end there. The same goes for shi when it's at the end for a city. It'll be like something city. So anytime it's a destination or a marker, they have like ku for a region, or they have for prefecture, right? Ken. They always have there's usually like a single kanji at the end. So for temples, this is G.
What's the one in like inside a city when you've got like your, I can't think of what it's called, like suburbs. Like I know there's one specific. Is it Chu?
So it's that one's so difficult because there's multiple. Some of them are ku, so it's like here, let me people can't see, but I'm doing this like there's a line here, right? And then there's just like one stroke in here, something, I don't know.
Okay.
It's like that kind of box looking ku.
Yeah.
And then they got cho. They got
cho is one I was thinking of, yeah.
Yeah. I don't cho.
It's like a ward, I think is the best way to put it.
I think
like whenever you see an anime, it's always this ward, which is like a suburb.
Yeah, like this ward, this suburb, this, because I think cho is the kanji for machi, kanji for city. Well, yeah. So that anytime that they have people who are studying, you'll find out in destination sort of stuff when you're looking up, there's the one kanji at the end, or at the end of like an address, or what the temple is, and so I'll let you know. So for temples, this is G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like this kanji builds into things like time. So like if you're making the time kanji,
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like it's a good staple kanji that can build into a lot of different ones.
It's a good staple. But what got you about Tenyuji? Like what? It's the Dragon Temple. Was there anything
So
specific?
we went there on a tour. So we went to Arashiyama to visit the bamboo forest. And then we visited a shrine there, and then we came back around and visited Tenryuji, and it was really cool. We got some nice photos there. I took the GoPro out, filmed us walking around, like just a really cool setting. Like you've got to set it up, you've got like the temple. So say like you're standing in front of the temple. There's like a little pebble bed, and then behind you is the temple, and it looks out onto a pond with koi in it. And then you move up like this waterfallish area,
Yeah.
and it goes up into the mountain, which is just spectacular, like amazing views. I would highly recommend it for anyone going. I think it costs like 1,300 yen maybe to get inside. And then you can pay again to get inside the temple. We didn't go inside the temple. Like I figured we'd do that another time. We were kind of money conscious, and
Yeah.
but I highly recommend it. Like temples generally have a free area and then a paid area. I always recommend going and visiting them. I mean, they all are a bit the same kind of thing. Like once you visit one, they all got similar aspects. But I feel like it's always good to visit different temples and see the different architectures and what they were going for in that temple.
Yeah. Or like the themes, right? Because our themes of all the temples are really different. But no, that's cool.
And they all generally tie back to the name of the temple.
Yeah. Like I think we both agree that whole Arashiyama area in Kyoto, where that temple is located, it's just a really beautiful area to spend time in. Hey.
Yeah, so we visited a shrine, and we also visited another temple over there. I can't remember the name of the other temple. But just like the history on them, and like how the Japanese not so much treat them, but like when they go to them, or different times of the year when they might go to them, what in their culture, what it's for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I guess on to my recommendation, right? I got Byodoin. Is the one that I've written here.
You picked an easy one to say. Byodoin.
Yeah, there you go. Byodoin. It's the kanji that's written on the 10 yen. So the little copper 10 yen has got this temple on it. And I didn't know the first time that I went. And my host mother took me. It was just like everyone else was busy that day, and my host mom was like, "Yo, homie, let's go. We're gonna check out a temple." And I was like, "Oh, why not?" And then she took me there, and was like, "Pull out a 10 yen." When we were looking at the face of the temple, and I was like, "I don't have a 10 yen on me." And so she like she gives me a 10 yen. Oh, cheers! I look at it. I was like, "Oh, my homie's got
Classic.
this all figured out." But it was so cool. So I took the photo with like the 10 yen with the actual temple in the background. I thought it was super cool. What was I when I went there? Like 19. I was like, oh, look at me go. Taking this photo. Baby.
I've seen videos of you when you're 19, you went there. Like, compared to now, it's a laugh. Like, I don't mean any offense in that way, but like, looking at you back then, you looked like such a child.
I was out there, right? I might have been a little bit of a kid, but I was out there. Can't wait till I'm in my 30s and I look back at myself now, you know?
Yeah, just have a quick giggle.
That's what life's about. But
We're creeping up on him, eh?
I don't even want to talk about it, hey. But so that's our recommendations, Tenyuji and Byodoin. So besides the famous temples, you want to go check out the one from the 10 yen coin, if you want to go check out the one in Arashiyama, that's our scoop, hey.
There's a few in Arashiyama. I mean, there's some nice spots. Let's just talk about that quickly while we're talking about seasonal stuff. Like, you've got the bridge. So, Arashiyama is a very old style town where it's like all suburb, I guess. It's all very like set back in the early Eastern style, like a lot of old buildings, a lot of nice views,
Yeah.
quite a few temples. You got some shrines around. You've got the Moon Bridge, which is like famous for people taking photos on it. And then you've got like the river that runs under it. Just such a nice setting. Like I could not recommend it enough. I know like it's a tourist destination, really, when you think about it, because it's so well known about. But like it's just nice to go there and chill for the day.
Yeah. No, I can feel that. Because I've been there multiple times, and even my girlfriend, who's Japanese, was like, raves on how much she loves that area. Like, I don't think it matters that. I think that's why there's so many tourists, right? It's such a beautiful place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still more like plenty more areas I want to explore inside of Japan that have temples and are such beautiful settings as well. And that's why I want to visit the Inaka a little bit more. Find that countryside. Find those really nice areas that are just beautiful places that you may not stumble across if you stick to the main tourist destinations.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you there. I was just looking up quickly. So Byodo-in is in, I think it's still in Kyoto Prefecture, is it? Yeah, Kyoto who is written here. So it's still in Kyoto, but it's like how do I explain this? It's like on its way to Nara. Have you been to Nara before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have not been to Nara. That's where our friend's from, isn't she? Nara?
Yeah, yeah. Our friend is from Nara. So if you go,
Yeah, so I haven't been down to Nara, but I did go down to Arashiyama.
yeah. So it's in the direction. It's still in Kyoto, but the direction of Nara, which is south, directly south from the city. You go halfway to Nara, then you find Byodo-in, and there's like a river there as well. Because I remember there was a river, but it's not as big as the one that you're
The
talking
one
about,
in
Arashiyama.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like a little like chill river. And I remember I was eating like matcha ice cream in like winter with my host mom.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I was just real chill. And I just remember there's like some of these photos here. Like, I don't know. I recommend this area as well because it's a little bit popular, but not quite as popular as some other places. Like, there's still a river. It's kind of like old village style along the river.
Nice.
So, for anyone who wants
See,
to.
I wouldn't mind visiting there. I also wouldn't mind another mega tourist destination is the Deer Island at Nara. But I feel like it'd be nice to visit.
Yeah.
Just to like see once. Those kind of things. Like there's a lot of things I would love to do once, just to see. Like I probably wouldn't go back there again, but it'd be cool just to see and have that experience.
Yeah. I agree. There's a lot of cool stuff. I've gone to because my host family was really close to Nara. It was like one station away. I've gone and seen those deer quite a few times. The worst is when people like smack the deer or because deer in Japanese culture is like you laugh. I got Isaac laughing about this. No, but I kid you not, right? The worst is because in Japanese culture, deer is like one of the really like sacred animals.
Yeah, I wasn't laughing at that. I was more laughing that someone was game enough to slap one.
I know, right? That's what I feel the same way. So these deer, they will go after you for they call it senbei, is the deer snack that you buy and you like give it to them to eat.
Oh, they're like cookies. Senbei are like rice crackers.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. But you can buy senbei and they're specifically for the deer.
You didn't have a cheeky munch on one while feeding it to the deer?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I gave one a taste test with a friend before. Like they're just really bland because they're made to not wreck the deer's
Be eaten.
Stomach or whatever. But I just remember like there was so many tourists that didn't understand that the deer, like they're still technically wild animals. Like just don't get in their space. So like the deer would get upset at them or like push them with their head or whatever. And I saw some tourists that would like smack the deer or like like just hey deer, don't hit me like that. I'm like no, we are the humans invading on their space. You should not hit deer, my friend. So
I'm surprised that's not more like strictly patrolled by the people that are there. You know what I mean? Like Japanese are so strict on things like that. So surprised there aren't more people going around being like, What are you doing? Get off the island.
Oh, there were enough people who are a little bit upset about that kind of occurring. But no, it's one of those things for everyone listening who's gonna go to Nara. Don't hit the deer. Just give them the cracker. Okay?
I mean, look. It's funny looking back on, but if I was there and that happened, I would probably be the person being like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it was a shocker, but yeah. So we were talking about Nara now, but that's on its way to Nara's Byodoing. I looked here on Google. It has over 10,000, nearly 11,000 people voting for it. So it looks like it's quite a popular place. I could be wrong. Kinkakuji has nearly 34,000. So to put it in perspective, it's a popular place, Byodoing, but it's has a third of the popularity of Kinkakuji, and it's another really beautiful place. So if you want somewhere a little bit.
Tenryuji has the same. It's got 10,000 reviews.
Oh, really?
Reviews, that is. Like people that have reviewed it.
Yeah, taking the time out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because reviewing takes time. Like I've done a few reviews for a few different places, and it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah. It's people dedicated. But anyway, I think that's all for like temple stuff. Hey, we should dive into more. Like I want to look at more temples sometime of like stuff up north or like specified temples. You know how you get some that have like a crazy theme or like whatnot in the countryside?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool to
I lie.
have a look.
To get into Tenryuji is 500 yen. 300 to get into the building on top of that.
Oh, that's pretty affordable.
Yeah, that's like $5.
Yeah. Well, there you are. That's our little temple stuff. Are you feeling a story time?
I'll be honest, not really. But I'll give one a go anyway.
You give one
Well,
a
I've got
go.
a couple. Where do you want me to go with this?
Well, I don't even
Or do you
know.
want to do one?
Well, we started with winter stuff, right? And you said that you have. Oh wait, is it your foot? Because I didn't hear what happened to your foot when you injured it.
Yeah, I know. See, the people didn't hear about this though, is because we canned the last podcast of this we did.
Okay, well,
they didn't get like that little teaser.
We didn't get the teaser, but okay, I got the teaser, so I was just suffering by myself then. So do we want to go with that one, or wait? Did we teased your onsen one then?
Oh, I think we did. Yeah, look, onsen was up against Hakuba in winter. We can do that one.
We can do that one. All right. So buckle up.
Yeah.
We're about to get into a fantastic story. Have you
heard this one?
My man's first time to an
this one.
onsen. I think you told me when I was up there. But let me know. Give it to
It's
me.
my first time in an onsen. I was so we'd been up at Hakuba for a day. We'd snowboarded the first day. The second day we decided to have off because we were so sore and tired. And because the night we got into Hakuba, we had flown in. We'd done like a 24-hour travel to get to Japan because we stupidly booked through a travel agency and they sent us to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and then back over to Japan. So by the time we got in, it was in like a 4-hour bus ride from Tokyo up. So we get into Hakuba.
Yeah.
We go to bed. We're up early because we're gonna go snowboarding. Like all the excitement's there. We don't want to waste a day.
Wait,
we go in, go snowboard in the day.
You're telling me you spent 24 hours getting there because you went to Malaysia and there, and then you were just like, no, we gotta get up the next day. We're going.
Yeah, so we got into Hakuba at like 2 a.m. and then we're up at like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Went down, ate brekkie, got out, and we're at the snowboard place to get our gear at like 8 o'clock.
Props to you.
Yeah. Like, I was like, let me get on that mountain.
Fair enough.
And so, like, there's a few stories I could say here from here. Like, like the time we had never been to snowboarding, we decided to jump up and go up top of the mountain and then figure it out as we come down.
Oh, man.
Or we have, like, the time I accidentally took me and Chloe down the black run on that first day. Or we'll move on to the onsen story. Like I got a few stories from this one that first week while we were there.
So we have some more stuff to look forward to, is what you're telling us.
Yeah. We also got the foot injury story, which Mick obviously decided to tease earlier, so we'll tell you that one a little bit later on too. Um,
Man, so much stuff
and
happened
if
to you
we
on this
get-
holiday.
oh man, it was so much fun. I love the holiday. And then we might have, if we have a special guest on, my fiance has a story about when she was in Huckabah. When not that we'd split up for the day, but like I'd gone up the mountain and she was gonna meet me somewhere.
Oh,
So we might get her on to like elaborate on that story too, because that's pretty cool,
oh,
pretty funny.
that would be good.
She doesn't speak any Japanese, you know what? So like, you know, I mean, Huckabah's not too bad 'cause it's pretty much English champ, but
Yeah.
it was pretty funny when I heard about it.
So it sounds like it's the perspective of someone who doesn't speak Japanese working their way through like a situation is what it sounds like, right?
Yeah. Which is funny as like, I mean, it wasn't too bad because I had taught her where to go and how to do it and all this kind of stuff because I kind of just figured it out as I went.
How to say where is
But
the
yeah, so there's
toilet?
that. Nah, not that kind of bad, but yeah.
Yeah. So then, what's this about onsens? So you got there, you guys were up until 2 a.m. and then got going, and then you felt. Well, was it the first day, second day that you were like, I need to experience?
So it
this
was the
onsen?
second day we went to the onsen. I accidentally stumbled upon it. Like, I don't think I would have gone to an onsen if I didn't stumble past this one. So we'd gone for a walk, so we wanted to explore Hokkaido a bit, and we needed to go to the kombini to get some stuff. Which the kombini was probably like. Well, there was one down. There was probably about 500 to 600 meter walk down the hill, which wasn't too bad. But we wanted to explore a little bit more, so we walked into town a little bit more, where we found like the train station. Not train station, like the what do you call it? Like the bus station and that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was this kombini that I noticed, and I was like, oh, let's go to the kombini.
You're like,
because we all want that pizza man.
That's the legendary kombini.
Yeah, literally. So like, I stumbled my way down the street, happily walking to the kombini.
Fair enough. And then on your way stumbling down the street, you were like, wait, that's an onsen.
Yeah, I kind of paused for a moment because there was these people sitting out front of it, like with their feet in this hot water, and I'm like, oh, you know what that is? And she looks at me and is like, I got no idea. You gonna tell me? It's like, it's an onsen. Can we go in?
And then your fiance.
Yeah, she just looks at me and goes, there's no fucking chance. No way am I getting in there naked. That's fine. I'm going to buy a towel from the kombini. I hope they sell one.
Yeah.
And you know, the kombini's got it all, so get in there, buy my towel.
I've been surprised every time by konbinis, like convenience stores, and how they sell just absolutely everything. They sell you pens, they sell you like your school supplies, they sell shirts, towels. I feel
you want manga? They got manga.
Yeah, they have manga there too.
You want alcohol? They got alcohol. You want smokes? They got that too. You want a meal for dinner? Don't worry, they got you covered.
You want 2-minute noodles and hot water for free just up the front? They also got that.
You want coffee? Don't worry, they got you covered again.
It's ridiculous. You can also pay your bills there. So
really?
Yeah, you can pay your bills at convenience stores. I used to pay my my health insurance at the convenience store.
Wow, I did not know this.
Yeah. So so you found
things you learn.
Yeah, exactly. You just were like, wait, what? Blew your mind for a second. So you found the convenience store. You found the onsen. Chloe said no, but you were like, oh, all right, I got my towel from the convenience store.
Yeah, grabbed a quick snack from the kombini, grabbed my towel, walked in there, and they looked at me like, you know, you got to wash before you get in the bathroom. I'm like, do I look stupid? Come on. How much is it? Let me know. So I think it was like, don't quote me on this. I feel like it was like 800 yen for the onsen.
Oh, that seems about normal. I think for like semi-popular onsen, it's about 800-ish. You know, some cheaper ones you'll go is like 500, 600 yen, which is about American dollars is like $5-6. You just translate it to like the first number.
Yeah. So like, get in there, chilling. I get there. She goes, you know, you got to take your shoes off, what, yada yada yada. You got to go undress. You got to shower. Then you get in the bath. I was like, yeah, sweet. I already know how this works, love.
Like, I saw the anime. Okay, I got it covered.
I saw the ads. They show me how to do it. So I get in there. You know, you're a little bit nervous the first time you use onsen. So you are. What am I saying? You get in there, you undress, and then you're like, this is just a wee bit awkward. I put the towel in the locker, lock the locker, go sit down, start showering. Wash the hair, scrub the body, make sure I'm nice and squeaky clean.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, right, nice and squeaky clean. And then you hop in the onsen,
so
right?
then I'm like, squeaky clean. I'm like, yep, good to go. Feeling fresh. It's a wee bit chilly out here because, it's not all enclosed. Like, it's enclosed, but, like, there's louvers so you can see out. So I walk out, jump in the nice warm bath. I'm sitting there chilling. I want to say feet up. My feet weren't up. So, just, sitting there chilling. And then I'm looking around at these dudes, and I'm like, this is the life. Like, sitting in onsen, just chilling. And then I notice these things on their wrists, right?
Yeah.
So if any of you guys have seen anime, like school-based anime or onsens or anything like that, they have these little keys to unlock the locker. And you meant to put them on your wrist. I didn't know this. I was going by myself. I had no idea. And so I was like, I wonder what that is. And then it like clicked. I was like, oh shit, where's my key? The key to the locker that has all my clothes and my towel.
Yeah, all your stuff. Where's the key?
Yeah. And then so I was like, oh, I better go back and get it. I left it at the basin I was washing myself at.
Yeah. And so you head back to the basin?
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I hope there's no one there. Just please be no one there so I can grab my key and toddle back off to the bath. Nope, there had to be a Japanese dude sitting there. And he looked at me and I was like, I don't know how to ask for the key in Japanese. I was like, sorry?
Yeah.
And then I was like, kono kagi wa ore desu. Or something along those lines, where I was just like, give me my key. I'm standing naked in front of you. I want my key. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So like that awkward moment of like, oh no, my key, please. Thank you. And I can't remember if I went back to the bath or I got out and dried myself. I think I went back to the bath for a little bit.
Yeah, you can't stop there. You have to go back to the bath and have another little bit of enjoyment before you get out.
Yeah. So then, I got out of the bath after that, went, dried myself off, put my clothes on, put my thermals on because it was cold up there. And then went out, met Chloe in the outside onsen where she was just had her feet resting in the hot water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. What a time, hey. So it was like that was your first trip to Japan, right?
Yeah, that was my second day in Japan. First trip, second day there.
So you've built up the courage to go to an onsen on your second day. Unlike many people, you beat me because I did not go on my second day. I was like a couple months in before I got to my first onsen experience.
See, I only had a couple weeks. I was like, I'm getting one of these bad boys whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of finding the time.
That's a good attitude, And then upon getting in, you have this epiphany of what the key is, and you have to go in front of. I think everyone from our onsen podcast realizes like you're naked in an onsen, but like I don't think you really know until you've been in that situation. Because I know, like having been to an onsen, going and standing like naked in front of another dude to be like, sorry, that's my key.
yeah, that was the awkward part. Like other than that, I was chill. Like it was like, oh, this doesn't bother me. Like once I got naked and was bathing, that was fine. But like that was the awkward part.
Yeah, I can see that. When
it was bad.
There's an experience, and even since then, the experience didn't push you off of onsens or anything. You've come back to onsens.
Yeah, they're good. I love them.
Yeah,
can't wait to go again.
So thank you for that beautiful story time. It ties in. It was winter time. It was snowy there when you were going,
Yeah, it was snowy. It was beautiful. Because like the bath there, looking out, the louvers showed the mountain, so you could see out, but no one could see in. So like, I got a perfect view of the mountains, like the snowy mountains where you're sitting there in the bath, and there's just nothing better.
Oh, that's so good. I'm all about that.
Yeah. Wintertime in Japan.
I'll have to go. If we can retrace your steps and find that onsen in Hakuba.
I know exactly where the onsen is in Hakuba too.
All right. You'll have to take me sometime when we're there. Head on over.
See if I can find it on the internet.
See if you can have a quick find on the interwebs. But
yeah.
Actually, that sounds beautiful. Like that's my favorite part is being able to see the scenery. So that sounds amazing to be able to look at the winter, snowy winter mountains and whatnot. I want to be able to go. I think I mentioned earlier on a different podcast, but just like being able to do the snow stuff like you and your fiance did. I'm totally down sometime. There's so many more experiences.
I
wanna
love
have.
it. Like, so good.
Yeah. How you going with that?
Because like the good thing was, right, there was a ramen shop right outside the onsen. So we had like, can't remember if we had ramen first and then I got in the onsen, or pretty sure we had ramen first, then I went to the konbini, then I went to the onsen.
Man, that sounds like all of my favorite things in one place.
I know.
Do you remember what kind of ramen it was?
Oh, here it is.
Oh, here it is.
I found the onsen, I think. It's one of these two. I don't know which one it is. Because you got a public bath here, and then you got Hakuba Happo One Onsen. And then you've got public bath.
And then you got like the sento, right? The public bath.
So like it's one of the two. It's not showing me the konbini, which makes things a little bit difficult.
Oh no, now you're lost. No convenience store.
Yeah, that's like the thing that set it out.
Well, because you've remembered where it is, you'll have to take me. Are you saving that to your locations? You saving that in your notes?
I should. I'm gonna get on my phone after this and save it.
Yeah, you don't save that one. Sounds like a beauty. I'll have to take you. I'll have to ask my host dad where he's taking me, and I'll have to take you somewhere, on down south, because I've been to some pretty nice ones there.
I just want to go anywhere. Take me back to Japan.
Take me back. Hopefully this year will all be good. Not to touch too deep on news and stuff. Yeah.
Found it.
You found it.
It's Hakuba Happo Onsen.
Hakuba Happo Onsen. Is that right?
Yep.
Dope. So for anyone who's
like, it's old school.
Yeah.
And like, real rustic outside. Like Japanese Eastern is probably how I'd put it. And then you've got like I'm just looking up some photos now on Google. But you've got the ramen store to the left, and then you got the outside foot one, and then so there's a photo here that I'm going to share with you. We might use it for the onsen, like for the picture on YouTube. But it is unreal.
Oh yeah.
So this is kind of the view you get from the onsen as you're sitting there. Sorry for people that are listening on the podcast service. If you look up Hakuba Happo, Happo, you'll see the photo that I'm talking about.
Oh, I see what you mean now. So it's not like glass, but it's like the bottom.
No, it's like wooden louvers.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a rustic feeling.
Yeah, like proper Japanesey vibes, like just completely and utterly relaxing. They have this little waiting area here if you're waiting for someone to go in. It's like this little counter.
Yeah.
You go up, you're like, oh hey, I want to use the onsen, then you go in, male, female, yada yada yada, so forth.
Yeah.
It was an amazing experience, so we'd definitely do it again.
So it sounds like, because we have quite a lot of Australian listeners, right? Anyone who's going to go and adventure to Hakuba, because Hakuba is literally the second Australia.
Yeah, it's like an Australian town.
Yeah. So go check out, for those of you who don't know about it already, or maybe some people do, Hakuba Happo. But yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
And pretty hilarious story. Everyone remember your keys?
Yeah, those little things they give you that go into the locker, keep them.
You don't want to lose those ones.
They're stretchy, they're meant to go on the wrist.
Yeah. Thank you for, doing all the hard yards for us, Isaac.
Yeah, just finding out what it's really like so everyone can have a good time at one.
Yeah.
And like, this is the kind of ramen they've got there. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh man, that looks good.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone go check that out. Hakuba, beautiful place. But anyway, I think that's all we have for today, right?
Indeed, it is.
Indeed, it is. So if you enjoyed Isaac's story time, give us a like, a subscribe.
There'll be more to come.
There will be more to come. We've got YouTube, we've got all of our links in the description as per usual. So go check that out. Find out what's happening with life. Join us on the Discord server. Have a chat with us. Yeah. And thank you again for listening.
Johnny.
Johnny.